Hello, this is Jesse Lane, and today we're going to discuss some of the concepts from my book entitled Pick Control in the first section, which is single note exercises. Now, single notes are a very important part of guitar playing. When people think of guitar solo playing in terms of playing a lead line in a group, this is typically what they think of are single notes. So what I'm going to show you is how to implement some of the concepts that I've given you in your Pick Control book, and also show you how to get the most out of these exercises. I'll give you some insider information, if you will. So the first thing you're going to need to do is have your metronome ready and set it for 100 beats per minute. I would hope that you've already tried these exercises before you dive in at 100 beats per minute. I'm going to show you at 100 beats per minute because it's kind of a middle ground between the 80 and 120 extreme slower and fastest tempo that I would recommend. So the first thing to do is to make sure that everything is all set with your metronome, and I'm going to show you with the exercise from page number 9, and it is exercise number 33. Now this is one of the first exercises that gives you an interesting combination of triplets that will kind of confuse your picking hand. That's why I chose this one. So here goes, and we're going to start with our metronome at 100 beats per minute. So this exercise incorporates triplets on the outside of the measure and 2 quarter notes on the inside. So we'll start with our triplet. Triplet, quarter, quarter, triplet. I'm just playing a C note on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. When you're going through these exercises, you want to play them enough times to really get the feel. Notice how the hand is very relaxed. Okay, so that was exercise number 33, played at 100 beats per minute. Now I'm going to point out several important things that I want you to make note of here. So the first thing was that we were playing at 100 beats per minute. So that's not all the way slow, not all the way fast. Now you might have the desire to play the beginning exercises at a fast tempo because they're not extremely fast note values, meaning you're not playing 16th triplets or even regular 16ths. You know, these are regular 8th note triplets. They're not very, very quick at this tempo, but the point is that you're reinforcing those techniques into your muscle memory. This leads to the microdexterity techniques that we discussed in the introductory video that I did. So what you'll want to remember is when you're playing these exercises, really watch for the different pick direction indicators written in the chart. So you'll notice that when we start with our triplet, we play down, up, down. Now, in typical alternate picking logic, you would assume that after a down would come an upstroke. But with triplets, at certain tempos, you can actually repeat a downstroke on the next note. So you're playing groups of triplets as down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. But that's only one way to play it. That is how I played it in this particular example, and you can play it at 120 beats per minute with that same picking strategy. However, when you play triplets of quicker note value, such as 16th triplets, it becomes very difficult to play with that repeated downstroke for each group. Although it is good for emphasizing notes in other types of playing situations, I would highly recommend playing this one with both the down, up, down, and then when you get to the quarter note, play a down and then a down as you normally would, and then another down, up, down, and then also play it with down, up, down, and then an up for the first quarter note, a down for the second quarter note, and then another down, up, down for your triplet. So I'm going to show you how to do that next. So first, I'm going to show you what we did before. Notice the repeated down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, down, down. Now there's another way to do it, and I'll show you this right now. So it's going to be down, up, up. Okay, so you can see that there's two different ways to play this one exercise. And for a reason, I have included those different pick direction indicators in the score at any point where you're going to need to try both ways. So don't think that it's just an option you can play one way or the other. Definitely try both, because you will need to use those for different musical situations. I'll show you an example of a musical situation where you would want to use the consecutive downstroke technique, then I'll show you one where you wouldn't. So let's try first a scale pattern on a C major scale where each note is played as an eighth note triplet group of 3, but we want to provide emphasis on the down beat of each group, or the strong beat of each group. So we're going to start on a C, same place, 5th position, 5th fret, 3rd string. But I'm going to play this down, up, down. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, okay? So here's the exercise. Ready? So having that consecutive downstroke technique allows us to give good emphasis on each one of those first group of triplet notes. Now I'm going to show you that same exercise, but using a pure alternating technique. Down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, just pure alternating, okay? So ready? Here we go. So it's natural that the second one we played would have more even, balanced tone quality in terms of dynamic, because the down stroke is always going to feel more deliberate, if you will, than the upstroke. The upstroke will always have less weight to it. Obviously, it's good to practice and get the upstroke to the point where it is equal in weight, if you will, to the downstroke, but it's very difficult. So those are two examples. One, the first example would be the one I would prefer in order to emphasize that first triplet, eighth note of each one of those triplet groups. But of course, as you get into a higher time value, or higher tempo, I should say, you're going to notice that it becomes a little more difficult. So here's 120 beats per minute. I'm going to play the same consecutive downstroke triplet group technique. So here we go. Ready? So now we're going to play all alternate. Ready? Two different ways to play the same line, if you will, or scale, but give very different results. So this is part of becoming a more mature and advanced guitar player and musician, is learning that there are more than one way to do the same thing, and they will provide different musical results, not necessarily technical outcome. They will provide a different technical outcome, but the actual goal is to provide a different musical outcome. And that is really the greater cause of why we're doing this kind of study, is to be able to achieve those kind of sounds easily. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, just a small example from the first section on single notes. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and I will do my best to answer them. Thank you.